Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 2:30 afternoon news and weather update. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. We'll start off with a look at your forecast and we'll transition over to your top news headlines through the afternoon with Jamie and Rob. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss a beat for news and weather. But let's get started here with a look at our forecast. We're actually going to start with last night. It was a beautiful night, clear and chilly at some points, but if you were able to look outside, get away from any light pollution, we did have that opportunity to see the northern lights again. And this is from a viewer, Barbara, out in Belmont, Illinois. She got a nice, beautiful shot there, some of those greens and reds showing up there last night. Now, unfortunately, the geomagnetic storm that brought us, those northern lights last night and the previous night now is going to be exiting. So we don't really have that opportunity here through tonight. But if you were able to get it out there and check it out, it was definitely a sight to be seen. Looking outside right now, we've got a beautiful sunny day. It is comfortable. Temperatures are mostly in the 60s right now. 65 in Evansville and Owensboro, 67 there. That's the warmest spot on the map right now. There in Madisonville, again, seeing plenty of sunshine. We'll stay sunny here through the rest of the afternoon with temperatures hanging out in the 60s. We'll eventually drop back down into the 40s overnight tonight. And then looking ahead, we continue to warm up here through Friday and into Saturday, topping out likely in the 70s with some spotty rain, and then return more seasonable through next week with more chances for rain on the way. So I think the best chance to get wet here is going to be next week, not necessarily this weekend. But here's a look at your next 12 hours. Temperatures will be dropping down into the lower 40s underneath mostly clear skies, and temperatures will warm back up to around 71 degrees through tomorrow afternoon with partly cloudy skies. We do have that chance for a stray sprinkle in the morning hours, but we should be fairly dry through the afternoon and into Friday evening. And then looking ahead to the weekend, staying dry there Saturday during the day, we will notice an increase in cloud cover Saturday evening, and that'll be along with that chance for a few sprinkles as a cold front passes by. And then after that front clears, that drops our temperatures way down into the upper 50s to around 60 for Sunday, but high pressure builds back in and we'll see a return of full-on sunshine for the second half of the weekend. So this is the timing of everything here going through tomorrow morning. A few clouds out there, perhaps a sprinkle or two. This model's not even really showing up anymore with that chance for a sprinkle, but you'll see the sunshine opens back up through tomorrow afternoon and we stay clear through Friday evening. So any Friday night plans you have, you'll be good to go out there in terms of the weather. And then as we get into Saturday, you'll notice that gradual increase in cloud cover into the afternoon, and then there's that chance for maybe a few spotty showers or a sprinkle through Saturday evening with that front passing on by, and then we'll clear out through Saturday night and into the overnight hours. But I mentioned our better chances for rain are going to be once we get into the start and middle of next week, and then possibly another chance for rain towards the end of next week as well. There's a couple of systems that are going to be trying to work through the tri-state here, so it does look like our weather pattern is going to be getting a little bit more active through next week. So looking at the precipitation outlook, Climate Prediction Center putting us at pretty good odds of seeing above normal precipitation there, and especially more so the farther southwest you go. But it looks like, yeah, the central and southern plains and the Ohio River Valley as well as Mississippi River Valley all going to be getting into some good rainfall through next week. So here's what the longer range European model shows, and we'll start this out through the weekend. That front clears out of here, high pressure builds in Sunday. We stay fairly dry during the day on Monday, but then we do have that chance for some more showers moving in for Monday evening and into Tuesday morning, maybe even a few thunderstorms possible there. At this point in time, it doesn't look like anything severe, but if anything changes, we'll let you know. But that system seems fairly weak and moves out of here rather quickly through Tuesday afternoon. And then another system kicks up off to our west, and this is the stronger, more widespread, impactful system that I think we're going to be seeing through next week. So by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, we'll start to see that rain filling in from southwest to northeast, and I think this is going to be a real good soaker for many of us across the region. And it looks like rain even continues persistently into the day on Thursday, and then finally this low pressure system moves overhead through the day on Friday, continuing those rain chances. And it's also going to get pretty breezy as well when those millibars, those lines you're seeing on your screen, get tight together. That indicates a strong pressure gradient force. So it could be windy, especially on the backside of that system through the end of next week and into next weekend. And sure enough, looking at our hazards here, we are highlighted for that potential of heavy rainfall as well as that potential for some stronger winds. So it does look like we'll have somewhat more of a powerful low pressure system moving through the area. In addition to that, temperatures are expected to remain either around average or slightly above here. Looking at our temperature outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, we are going to be above average. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures climbing up through the 70s, hitting around 74 on Saturday. Then a cold front moves in Saturday night. That'll bring in the chance for a few sprinkles, but I think a lot of us are going to stay dry. Beautiful through Sunday, but a bit chillier out there, topping out in the upper 50s. And then a much more active and wet weather pattern on the way through next week, starting Monday evening, and chances for showers and rainfall continue through the end of next week. And that's also going to keep those temperatures closer to average here, topping out in the upper 50s to around 60 through much of next week. And that's all I've got here for your forecast, but don't go anywhere. We've got Jamie and Rob here to discuss your top news headlines of the afternoon.
Stay informed on your First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, the big story of the day is where we're going to start today. After 43 days, the longest federal government shutdown in history is over. President Trump signed a funding package late last night, just hours after the House voted to approve the measure. It keeps the government running through January and funds some key agencies through 2026. Money will soon start flowing to government workers and food assistance recipients. Governor Andy Beshear spoke about the ongoing concern of SNAP benefits during his Team Kentucky briefing. Now, he says the federal government has provided the guidance needed to start state work in providing full benefits under the SNAP program.
Yeah, now he explains that the timeline is still very unknown for this, but he said that people could see payments this month. So today, our Leslie Chapman has been speaking with leaders of several Evansville food banks just to learn what tri-state residents can expect in the days ahead and when their full SNAP benefits will possibly be restored. So she's going to have more information on what people need to know tonight on 14 News.
Now, for our next headline, we are going to focus a little bit on Owensboro. Now, we've got a 14 News update. K-Bio might not be leaving the city after all. Now, we told you in April that biotech manufacturing plant K-Bio announced they would cease operations in Owensboro. Now, economic leaders say a private group of local investors bought the company. The new owners say they are considering several options for how to best utilize the company and its assets.
Now, in addition to its facility located on Air Park Drive, the acquisition includes the K-Bio name, as well as patents and other intellectual property. At the time, back in April, we said this was going to cost people about over 4 dozen jobs that were going to essentially be lost with them closing. So, of course, we're going to figure out what this means for people in Owensboro with the possibility of it staying open, and we'll keep you posted there.
True. A lot of details yet to be found out on that one, but of course we're going to keep our thumb on it. Now, for our last headline here today, we're going to move over to Henderson, where a city park got a bit of a makeover. City officials posted pictures on social media of the upgrades made to East End Park.
Yeah, it's all a part of a bigger plan where city leaders are working to revitalize the once thriving east end of town. The park was closed at the beginning of September to make some improvements to the playground surface. So they removed the mulch and they replaced it with a rubberized flooring. Those are a lot safer and more accessible, so they were hoping to really make some upgrades there, and I think it looks awesome. I mean,
I'm so used to seeing like the playgrounds from my childhood, which were just
Right.
metal, sharp-edged
the metal
monsters.
slides that would just
Right?
burn you when it was hot outside.
Oh yeah, it was
Yes.
heat or it was static electricity.
Yeah.
It's going to get you with one of those. So it's one of those where I'm like, oh, that's that
The
even look
tire
like a playground. It's so
chippings,
much
like
better though.
around like the swing set and the
Yes.
mulch, like now they've got
Oh,
those nice
so
floors.
much.
It looks great.
I'm so glad that the whole generation of children won't learn about having those bits of wood like packed into
In
your
your shoe and
socks. Yes.
Yes, this
Oh
is
yeah,
much
like,
better.
you go back to class and you're finding little pokers in your
Yep,
jeans for the
yep,
rest of
much
the day.
cleaner and safer
This is
now.
better.
Yeah.
This is better. I'm nostalgic for the terrible era, but this is better.
We're
I
just
can
jealous.
say.
We're jealous. We'll go to the park. It's fine.
True. Yay, field trip. So, of course, we've got a whole lot more going on around the tri-state, so be sure to join us again for 14 News at 4, 5, and 6 this evening, and then, of course, later tonight at 10.
All right. Thanks for watching this afternoon. Have a great day.